Hey guys, it's Marco. I've been doing a lot of AI programming at work lately, and at first I was very skeptical. Started out using Cursor and stuff. I was like, is this really making me any faster? I used the IntelliJ inbuilt one, it's called Cody, and just like random chat tools. But I really started to get into it, and I found my productivity is massive. Like I'm getting a lot done. I'm probably pumping out, sometimes 4 or 5 PRs in one day, and I'm not writing any of the code. It's all being done for me. To be fair, I have a very simple job. I work in backend Java stuff, and a lot of the work I'm doing is very cruddy, very simple, and it's not particularly problem solving is not required. I'll put it that way. So I think my use case might be a bit more unique, but I'm sure there's lots of code bases like this where there's a lot of simple tasks that you need to get done. So I just thought I'd compare the different tools I've been using, because at my work we get access to pretty much all the main ones, and I've got a lot of thoughts. So starting off with Cursor. Obviously in Cursor, it's like a VS Code extension, almost a fork, where you can select which model you want to use. But yeah, it's essentially VS Code and it has some inbuilt AI integrations and like great inline completion. So in my experience, the inline completion is good. I don't really love VS Code too much. I still think it's kind of a bit too laggy. I'm not that attached to it. But overall, I don't really find using Cursor increases my productivity that much. I mean, the autocomplete is helpful, but as a Java user, I mean, the LSP tools are pretty terrible in outside of IntelliJ, and I don't really think it's a compelling case to switch. Maybe if I was front end, I'd consider it. But yeah, I've been leaning a lot closer to the CLI tools. So, for example, Claude Code. Now, I am a very big fan of Claude Code. This is probably my go-to. I would say my strategy is I, go into the code base. I have a system prompt which specifies a lot of the common code paths I use. And for example, what I'll do is I'll say, okay, here's what I want to do. Run this command I have, which runs all the tests, and then keep running the test commands until the tests are passing, and then make your own test, and then make it into a branch, and then push all the changes. And then you give it the ultrathink command, and you let it go. And if you ultrathink, it can take a while. It can take, 30 minutes plus sometimes. But yeah, I really think Claude Code is very, very effective. The CLI is very, it never gets in your way. You can just let it go and it works for the most part very well. And when it doesn't work, instead of trying to fix the context, I normally just say, all right, drop all the changes and try again, and then add a little bit more context the next time on how to improve it. So yeah, I've had really great success with Claude Code, and I think right now it's the premier CLI tool. Comparing that to Codex, so Codex is obviously OpenAI's version and uses GPT under the hood. Honestly, I found the quality of the solutions better in Codex, and it sometimes I've had problems which Claude has not been able to solve, and Codex has. But I don't use it regularly, and the reason is it takes too long, and it's a lot less ergonomic. A lot of the time you have to give it permission to do stuff. It's like trying to create like virtual boxes and like running these weird commands, and it keeps asking for permission. And yeah, with my flow where I just want to give it its best try, and then if it doesn't work, I'll try again. I don't really find Codex that effective because I feel like I have to hold its hand a lot more, even if the end product is better. So yeah, maybe for some of the more advanced problems, GPT models are stronger. But yeah, I recommend overall using Claude Code. That's just my experience. For the record, I have no idea about the pricing because luckily my work pays for that. But I've had very few issues with Claude Code, and I really recommend it if you're looking to up your productivity or at least keep the same productivity while doing a lot less.